Hello everyone, and welcome to my UK Royal Family News channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Falklands hero on a gift of $22 in recognition of his service, King Charles granted him. XCLUSAV, Denzel Connick, one of the war's worst injured soldiers, left the Falklands Islands and later saw King Charles several times. When Denzel Connick was sent to the Falkland Islands, he was only 25 years old. His team, which was a part of 3 PARA, the 3rd Battalion, Parachute Regiment, had intended to launch a silent assault against the Argentines on Mount Longdon. They planned everything out to the minute detail, but they realized it would be difficult because Mount Longdon was one of the island's most important landmarks and effectively a stronghold with panoramic views. One of Connick's teammates stepped on a landmine when they touched down, alerting the opposing soldiers. The 12-hour all-out conflict that ensued left Connick critically hurt. His right leg was seriously injured, while his left leg was amputated due to artillery fire. He lost 23 of his friends, and the war was over the following day after a ceasefire was reached. Connick recovered on the hospital ship SS Uganda, and after returning to the UK, he spent some time at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Greenwich, London. Connick received an unexpected guest while he was there, the Prince Charles of the time. According to Connick, he presented me with a bottle of Bell's whiskey, and he signed the label. Bell's original whiskey 1-liter bottles will cost £22 and 50 pence at Tesco in 2023. Connick continued, "That whiskey didn't last long though, and I couldn't tell you where that bottle went." The two would eventually meet again. Connick co-founded SAMA 82, the South Atlantic Medical Association 1982, a group in the 1990s honoring individuals who took part in the Falklands War. He and the other members of this organization assisted veterans of the war in dealing with the trauma and experiences they may have brought home with them. Whiskey by Bell's Original. Charles agreed to become a patron of the charity after being persuaded by Connick and Dr. Rick Jolly, a Royal Navy medical officer who served in the Falklands War and passed away in 2018. He continues to support the organization to this day. Connick will see Charles again shortly, but this time the royal will be the king. It happens after years of assistance to veterans were honored as part of King Charles's list of first birthday honors. Connick was one of a select few people whose names were on the list, and he was informed by letter from the king that he would be awarded the British Empire Medal, BEM. Connick stated, "I was thrilled to be on the list." He is currently having a custom medal created for him, and he will meet Charles in person sometime in the upcoming year at a small garden party at the palace. At the time of the Falklands War, Charles's life was at a crossroads since his then-wife, Diana, Princess of Wales, was expecting their first child, Prince William. Charles would balance visiting injured soldiers and recently minted veterans with being a father, while she would give birth barely 2 months after the war ended. The Falkland Wars observed their 40th anniversary last year, and to commemorate the occasion, Charles and Queen Camilla traveled to Portsmouth, from where the British forces embarked for the islands to hold a garden party and service of remembrance. Commodore Jamie Miller, honorary president of SAMA 82, thanked Charles for his assistance at the festivities after surviving the sinking of the warship HMS Coventry during the war. As it was 40 years ago, he continued, "For veterans and families, your support is crucial to us now. We can look back with pride and go forward with our heads held high." The Falklands campaign displayed the best bravery and tenacity that Great Britain could muster, as well as the character of our people. Today's flagship of the country demonstrates that this generation shares those qualities. Inside King Charles' automobile collection, which includes a bulletproof Bentley and an Aston Martin fueled by wine. Even though King Charles' vehicles primarily have internal combustion engines, he has acknowledged using an electric vehicle. King Charles acquired an astonishing collection of castles, as well as automobiles when he was crowned in May, A £10 million Bentley is the only vehicle in the new king's extensive collection, which is estimated to be worth $14 million. The king has used a number of personal and official vehicles during the course of his life in addition to his Bentley. One of the king's personal vehicles has been modified to run on wine and cheese. King Charles is the owner of two of the fleet's most costly vehicles, according to research done by Nationwide Vehicle Contracts. The two official Bentleys with a price tag of £10 million apiece are the most recognizable of these. The pair was first created in 2002 for the Queen's Golden Jubilee and is equipped with all the comforts and safety elements required to keep the Queen secure. They are thought to be safely stored at the Royal Mews and available to transport the King and Queen as needed. The actual vehicles are redesigned variations of the famed Bentley Arnage and are equipped with armored glass and bodywork, blast-resistant tires, and blue flashing lights. In the case of a chemical attack engulfing the King, the interior of the vehicle can be airtightly sealed in an emergency. Some people think that the King values his 1965 Aston Martin DB6 Volante the most. It was handed to him by Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip when he was 21 and is worth $1 million. The car is not only attractive, but also creative. King Charles told the BBC in 2021 that it is powered by cheese and wine. Even so, he acknowledged contracting the EV virus. "I have electric automobiles, but it's been so challenging," he added. "Can you believe that my 51-year-old Aston Martin runs on leftover English white wine and whey from the cheese-making process?" According to Top Gear, the bioethanol used to power the vehicle is created by a Gloucestershire company by the name of Green Fuels. R.S. Williams-led collaborated with Green Fuels to convert the vehicle. There are rumors that the King also owns a 1994 Aston Martin V8 Vantage Volante in addition to the DB6. Despite being worth much less than his cherished DB6, the automobile is still worth £550,000. It is unknown if the monarch will purchase electric vehicles in the future or venture farther into the world of alternative energy, as he has done with his Aston Martin. Despite once fighting like cats and dogs, Charles is grateful for his closest pal, according to rumors. King Charles's closest royal buddies were discussed in an exclusive interview with Express.co.uk by a body language specialist. The expert claims that he is grateful for her. King Charles and Princess Anne shared a special bond and experience that most of us could hardly fathom as they grew up together in the spotlight as royalty. Expert in body language despite any sibling rivalry, Princess Anne is Charles' personal confidant, according to Judy James in an exclusive interview with Express.co.uk. The body language expert also asserts that two recent historical occurrences for the royal couple may have strengthened their bond more than ever. According to Judy, like many sibling relationships, this one has fluctuated between ardent adoration and fighting like cats and dogs, as Anne was reportedly quoted as saying by biographer Nicholas Courtney. Fights between siblings are often about hierarchy, and in their case, the stronger sibling was always going to be lower in status than her brother, meaning some battles would be a given, the author writes. But even as children, there were body language signals of deep affection, which, following the death of their parents and Charles's coronation, seems to have emerged as a close friendship that Charles in particular seems to be grateful for. Judy believes that Charles is undoubtedly appreciative of his sister's unwavering support, despite the fact that she has her own points of view. According to her, during the past 10 years, Charles has appeared to be getting closer to and more at ease with his sister, and as a result, she has acted as his ally and supporter. There are still differences between them, as Anne demonstrated in an interview she gave on Canadian television when she appeared and sounded scathingly critical of his new, slimmed-down, royal firm. However, Charles would choose a close relative who speaks her mind rather than one who would betray him. Judy discussed two incidents with Express.co.uk that illustrate how close the royal siblings are to one another. Charles is king to the majority of people, but Anne likely views him more as her brother than anything else. Therefore, there is a lot of familiarity between them. Judy cited a picture of the two taken at Royal Ascot in 2012, in which Anne is seen staring closely at the future king. The expert asserted, Charles has a buddy in Anne, who can get close in a way that few others can by skirting around royal formality. The closeness is crucial in this situation, and Anne makes the most of it by focusing on her brother's face closely while plainly savoring and enhancing his dazzling smile. In Anne, Charles has a female family member who not only shares his heritage and has a deep understanding of him, but also gets what it's like to live a royal life, much like his mother did. The fact that Charles is sitting with his sister and cracking jokes here while on a royal visit must give him a chance to unwind and have fun. 3 years prior, in 2009, during the Braemar Highland Games, photos of Charles, Anne, and the late Queen Elizabeth II were taken as they delightedly watched the competition. In Anne, Charles has a female family member who not only shares his history and deeply comprehends him, but who also gets the experiences of royal life, much like his mother used to, Judy said. The fact that Charles is sitting with his sister and cracking jokes here while on a royal visit must give him a chance to unwind and have fun. Judy James discussed another close royal acquaintance that King Charles had in an interview with Express.co.uk. She asserted that this one, though, might have been dangerous. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.